Welcome to the second of 3 tutorials for creating and sending QuickBooks invoices through Voice Overview. This tutorial will walk you through how to create and update an invoice. If you haven't yet set up a QuickBooks account and linked it to Voice Overview, you'll need to do that before you can create an invoice. Let's get started. Click on the Create Invoice link in the Job Detail tab. This will open a new invoice pop-up. At the top of the pop-up, you'll see the Select an Item drop-down menu. This is pulled directly from the services you set up in QuickBooks. Select the service that you'll be invoicing for. Below that, you'll see a blank invoice number field. If you've been invoicing through QuickBooks already, leave it blank. QuickBooks will automatically assign the next invoice number in the sequence, based on your most recent invoice in QuickBooks. If you've been using another invoicing platform or creating invoices manually, you may want to assign an invoice number to the first invoice you create in QuickBooks so that you have a logical succession of invoice numbers. For example, if your last invoice number before creating your QuickBooks account was 3225, enter 3226 in the invoice number field. 3226 will be assigned to the new invoice. Going forward, QuickBooks will automatically assign the next number in the progression, 3227, 3228, and so on. You won't have to enter an invoice number after that. If your invoice numbers are based on custom sequencing that you've created, you can enter a custom invoice number into the Voice Overview New Job form, and QuickBooks will assign that number. Or you can enter it in the New Invoice pop-up box when you create your invoice. You'll notice the Update Common Contacts button in the New Invoice pop-up. Clicking on this button links any contacts that have been recently added to Voice Overview that are already in QuickBooks, and vice versa. If you're a longtime QuickBooks user, it's a good idea to click on this button every once in a while. It takes 1 to 2 seconds to complete. Next, click the Create Invoice button. You'll see the Progress box, followed by the Success pop-up. Now you'll see the green saved icon next to invoice type, along with a series of invoice action links. Let's look at those. The View link opens a new tab in QuickBooks where you can view and edit the invoice you've created. Reviewing your invoice before sending it is not necessary, but it's recommended to ensure that the information sent from Voice Overview to QuickBooks looks the way you want it to. If you need to edit your invoice, you can do that in the same QuickBooks Invoice tab. You can see that the project title here was pulled directly from the Voice Overview job title field, but let's add a project number that this client wants to see for reference purposes. We could also add a CC or BCC for who we're sending the invoice to. For example, if the production manager who hired you wants you to send your invoice to a separate accounting email, you'll click on the CC or BCC link and add their information. You can also create a new contact in QuickBooks with that information if it hasn't been added yet. You can include multiple jobs on a single invoice, but this demo's already getting a little long, so I won't talk about that here. We'll cover that in another video. When you're satisfied with your invoice, save and preview it in QuickBooks. Then navigate back to Voice Overview and send it. We'll talk about sending invoices in the next video. Voice Overview, your voiceover business made simple.